Okay. My speaker again in 3, 2, 1. Speaker, you must acknowledge that the best point that they have is that people will live morally and they have to endure so many harms. And I'll prove that in my speech using 3 parts. First of all, I'm going to spell out the 2 clashes that I've found in this debate. Second of all, I'm going to talk about our points that were unresponded from the opposition side. And third of all, I will do the weighing of metrics ultimately to explain why our side has won, even on our worst case and even on their best case. So let's look at the first clash of this debate first. Which side lives a more moral life? Proposition side said that it's us because if we are happy, we are able to care for others because our life is already good, and therefore now we can altruistically care about others' lives. Claire explained this. On opposition side, they said that they live a more moral life because they want to go to heaven and they must follow the laws and live independently. So why do we win? First of all, we have strong mitigation against their side because Gunny already explains well that there's law. There's a judiciary system that prevents murder, fraud, battery, etc. And all those harms that they claim, such as a pedophile living next to your house, they already went to jail. And if you are a pedophile murderer, you're likely to go for jail forever. They want to live near your house. Second of all, another mitigation is the human's altruistic nature in general, because human DNA had evolved to gain happiness through helping others. The incentive analysis will be simple, science, because altruistic people gained more friends and had more social power, and therefore they had a higher chance of surviving in the primitive times. So therefore, the DNA actually requires people to be altruistic and to gain happiness from that. So there's already an internal system for people to help others if you are looking for that system inside of the debate. But third of all, even without the system, we believe that many people are altruistic for their reputation. Because if you are kinder to others and you explain and you give gratitude to others and you say you're sorry and you say thank you to others, you gain more friends because you are viewed as a better person. That is a very good likely analysis that people would be moral anyway. But let's talk about why their sides are even more wrong. Fourth of all is the apathy of morality on the opposition side. Because as soon as you create a crime inside of the karma system, such as a murder, you are less incentive to be moral because you have an image that you will be going to hell anyway. And likely you're going to turn your back on religion as soon as you commit a crime such as murder, because the religion will constantly tell you, hey, you will go to hell, and more immoral actions will be done by that person. Why do I believe that this is true? Well, because in any religious text, if you commit a very, very bad action, such as murder or gender-based crimes, then likely it tells you to go to hell immediately. But second of all, even if we believe that it is a utilitarian calculus, if I have killed someone, it is very difficult to utilitarianly save somebody's life or something. So therefore, you're likely to gain apathetic to be morality on the upside. Fifth of all, why we win, we flip that. When religion tells you you can still get divine grace, and when you are happy because you know that you will go to an eternal happiness later on, you're more likely to care about others because you need to be happy yourself in order to later go on and care about the happiness of others and to help them and to allow others to live a greater life too. That is the genuine nature of human life. So we have a strong motivation for them to be moral. But sixth, ultimately, propensity was higher on proposition side because opposition responds less and allows us to build a much stronger case. But I will do a more ultimate weighing later and at the end part of my speech. Okay, second clash. Which side then can there actually be self-actualization? Prop side says it's us because in a utilitarian perspective, you can go to heaven and it can be happier from that. And we also get freedom. On opposition side, they said that it is them because they will be living a moral life. So why do we win this? First of all, I think Claire explains very well that a utilitarian society is created when you do not fear death anymore. Because in the world where the karmic system is present, you are scared that you will go to hell. You are scared that you are going to go to an eternal heat or eternal hell that will burn you and torture you forever. Now, this is not only true for very, very bad criminals. This is also true for small criminals or slightly immoral people, because even though you do not have 100% of going to hell, maybe you have a 20% chance, maybe you have a 50% chance, maybe you have some kind of chance. You are very scared because you do not know if you're going to go to hell or not, and you are very scared that you're actually going to go there, even if you haven't done something very, very immoral. So because the harm that you're going to be prospected is very big, this puts people into an eternal hatred and an eternal suffering throughout then. And because we diminish that utilitarianistically, we are very good because we do not have it. Now I can enjoy my life actually. But second of all, why we win this clash? Principally, the sinners that you claim do not deserve the dread of eternal pain, even if they have created a great sin. 2 reasons why this is true. First of all, it is disproportional to the crime. Let's say that I've created a battery and I have maybe punched 5 people throughout my life and I was a very, very violent and aggressive person. Let's say even if that is true, if I have apologized and I feel sorry now, do I really deserve to be scared about a punishment where I get eternal heat, where ego supposed to eat my liver and I need to suffer that for an eternal time? Absolutely no. But that is what religion threatens you to do. That is the actual spirit of religion, which you need to defend, which you did not do a good job doing that because you never explained the proportionality of why you should suffer that much. But second of all, you already got the punishment from the judicial system. Like, for example, if I created a fraud crime, I likely already went to jail for 15 or 25 years, and I paid my due. So, but religion forces people to even more suffering, to gain more punishment from that, and you never explain why that is justified. So even in a principal clash, we win. Even if I did it, I do not deserve every punishment in the world. I think that PR response from me saying that you deserve every punishment was principally wrong. Third of all, you were very unresponsive to the freedom points that Gunny already gave you because he spells it out well. People are able to self-actualize because they will read the Bible and they will act morally and they will act freely. Like on your side, agency is diminished because you can only choose the things that, the church directly tells you. But on our side, people can choose at least what they want based on the Bible. Therefore, they're able to live the life that they have chosen. So they have agency. So they live a much more self-actualized life than on your side where you are forced to do certain things. And I'm going to talk about the unresponded points that are very important in the debate, but I'll take a POI before that if you have any. Or not. Okay, so first very unresponded point was that rich versus poor people. Because we have already explained that rich people are likely to go to heaven inside of your characterization, or at least they think that they will, because they're more likely to be able to gain influences through charities by funding charities much more, and therefore helping more people out. And poor people will go through extreme suffering, thinking that the rich people will go to heaven and that they will go to hell. This is inherent discrimination, forcing these people with less money to think that they're going to get these type of suffering, and therefore it is very unfair. But the very, I think, slightly rebuttal that you gave was that they will not, but there was very little mechanical rebuttals or any type of logical rebuttals towards this point, which is you put poor people in suffering. That is a horrible thing. But second of all, the exploitation of religion. Oftentimes, religion sells passes that, hey, if you buy this pass, you are able to go to heaven. Therefore, essentially taking the money out of poor people and exploiting them for money for the chance of going them to heaven. This is a very bad thing and a very economical loss to poor people because they have eternal power to do this because people are eternally scared about hell. So therefore, you need to defend this type of worlds, but you have not rebutted to this. So you have very, very failed on that point too. But third of all, let's move on to the last part of my speech, weighing of metrics ultimately. On the metric weighing becomes benefit from moral actions of other people. Like the benefit from moral actions, like I see other people not littering, I see other people saying hello to me, I see other people saying thank you to me and becoming a good person. Versus the benefits of eternal happiness and prospect. Just actually do the weighing because we break down this spineless utilitarian principle of yours because we get a much more utilitarian principle. I do not need to suffer. I do not need to actually be scared of the eternal pain that will happen inside of hell. I do not need to be scared that I would diminish, or that I would go through very, very harmful worlds that will give me pain forever and ever and ever. That is explained in every single Bible of a religion that has this karmic religion. And the benefit that you get is that other people are moral to me. Other people are more marginally moral to me. And even if we spell out when our mechanisms fail and when your mechanisms win, we have the much bigger impact in general and much bigger impact throughout this whole debate. Therefore, it is clear that our side should win this debate.